Okay, we all know building ads is a critical part of marketing. Replit 4 just released a brand new ad creation feature, and I'm taking it for a test drive on today's show. I'm going to walk you through my secret step in Claude to make sure that you save yourself a bunch of time and money before you actually go into Replit and build the ads. Then I'm going to show you how to iterate and work on those ads in Replit to get the best results for the product that you're trying to promote. Let's get into today's show. On today's show, we're talking about something that's getting more and more important, and that's ads. So literally hot off the presses here. Let's watch the video real quick for a second here. What if you could make scroll stopping ads? Replit is making ad creation fast and easy. Okay. Your entire ad pipeline, one prompt. So the value prop here is simple. They're trying to reduce the friction of creating ads. The question is, are they really reducing the friction? Are the ads actually good? And would we run them? That is a big, big question. The first thing I'm going to want to do, though, is I'm going to want to make sure that my prompt and my input to create those ads is actually good. And normally, I really like to prompt in Claude. You can prompt wherever you want. You could write your own prompt and put it directly into Replit. But I find that Claude Opus 4.6 is a really good model for prompting. It helps think things through with me. So let's give it a try. And I'm using Willow Voice as my voice to text so that you can hear what the prompt is versus me typing it awkwardly. And so here's my prompt. Hi, yes, I want your help building an amazing prompt for Replit 4's new ad making skill and feature. This prompt should be to create 3 ads each for LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google AdWords for HubSpot's customer agent product. I want you to go and do deep research on that customer agent product, understand the core selling benefits, understand how you should position it, understand the best practices for advertising on those 3 platforms that I gave you, and come back to me with a deep quality prompt as if you were an ads master, a leading marketer who spent all day doing ads, and give me that full prompt that I could go and use in Replit. Okay, and Willow then takes that and turns that into text, and I'm just going to run that in Claude and see what Claude comes back with. So we used a prompt live on the show today to automate how we create ads for Instagram, LinkedIn, and Google. And we want to share that prompt as a template with all of you. If you want to go and test out Replit 4 or any of the other ad builders, this prompt is a great place to start. You can scan the QR code or click a link in the description below. I find to really do generative AI projects, so whether that's images, that's video, things that are broader than just plain text, getting that prompt right up front is hugely critical. I want to underline that it's really important to take this step of working to refine and iterate your prompt before you go and actually create the assets, because it takes a while and it takes a decent bit of credits and usage that you're paying for to go and do this. I'm on the $20 a month Replit plan. I'll burn through that pretty quick if I'm trying to just iterate on these ads over and over again in Replit with bad prompts. So I'm going to save a lot of time and I'm going to save a lot of money if I iterate on the prompt in text before I actually go and create the ads themselves. The other thing that I find really good about AI, it's really good at helping you go from 0 to 1, meaning you might not know that much about advertising. You might just have an idea, you have an app you want to test, you just have something you want to get feedback on, and you want to spend $100 in ads to go and do that. That's all totally fine. That's why this prompting step, again, is so important, because I can have it go and research those advertising best practices. And I might not be an advertising expert, but it can give me a good baseline, and then I can iterate on them based on what I see in the actual ads themselves. So that being said, it is giving me a prompt. It's a massive prompt. You are an elite performance creative strategist who manages $50 million in B2B SaaS ad spend across LinkedIn, Instagram, and Google Ads, promoting HubSpot's Breeze Customer Agent. It gives full context on the product, competitive positioning, brand voice guidelines. It's giving you the type of ads to create, and it's actually giving you the ad angles. You would go through section by section and do some edits. Let's say that we've had the time to do that. Then we're going to go over to Replit. And one of the things you're going to want to do is use a skill, because when they say I've got a new feature, it often means they've added a new skill to do work for a very specific task. You see a few marketing skills that it is put together here. One of them is ad creative, which is what we're talking about here. And so I've clicked on that skill. So it has the full context in addition to my prompt. And I've now pasted in my prompt from Claude. I've picked the ad creation skill, so it knows that this is what we're working on and has a unique skill there. And I'm just going to run this guy. And now we're going. We're off to the races. One of the things with these tools is it does cost real money if you're iterating on these. Again, which is why you iterate on the prompts. Prompts are much cheaper. Iterating on the ads themselves through AI is expensive. Sometimes you might get some ads that are close and then go manipulate them in Canva or your design tool of choice. And so why it's thinking here, what is Replit? Replit is what's called a vibe coding tool. It's a tool that allows you to take an English language or whatever your native language is, natural language, and input that. And it's going to actually take that, think about what you're trying to do, and write code, computer programming code, to actually deliver the outcome you want. And sometimes that output is research, sometimes it's a website. In this case, it is ads. And what's really interesting about Replit, their new version, Replit 4, has a lot more design and creative elements to it. And you're seeing this happen right now with this Replit Canvas feature, where it's actually showing you that you can look at and manage and edit things here in the Canvas tool. What it's trying to do is merge instructing it in your natural language, as well as being able to do what's called a graphical user interface, where you can go and manipulate and move around and do spot edits and everything as part of that. And so Replit, lovable, base 44, there are a lot of companies out there whose whole goal is to help you go from an idea to build something very quickly. In this case, we're seeing how they do it ads. I've used several AI ads tools, Superscale, etc. So we've got this LinkedIn ad. 77% fewer tickets, 0 new hires. NutriBee's customer result. I like the data. The graphic drives me insane. That is a terrible, terrible image, right? In theory, the ad concept is good in terms of copywriting. The creative is not. And what I find with these AI tools is that the imagery and the creative and getting that right, you really have to iterate on. And it's not just a one and done. Where these tools have gotten very good at the copywriting side, the creative side, this is like a state-of-the-art application, is still not quite there. Like, for example, the next ad, first of all, this isn't the HubSpot logo. You heard me tell Claude, hey, I need you to use the HubSpot style guide. And so clearly, HubSpot's a sprocket, not a steering wheel. So, well, that's a whole thing. By the way, I think this is what it was trying to get with scroll stopping with this like real life whiteboard. But the problem is it still made it look like a very commercial ad and it faded it in. If it had taken a different design approach, this ad could have worked. Okay, this ad's not very good. I wouldn't run it. It's pretty bad. If your mental model of an AI chatbot is still press 1 for billing, then you need to see what's changed. Oh, you have the classic text on image issues. Let's give this a rev. This ad is really bad. The image has nothing to do with the product. The copy isn't as strong as the other two. You have an image overlap over the word support that makes it illegible. The CRM context and value propositions are in this weird blue text and like just hanging out at the bottom. This is one of the worst ads I've ever seen. Please redo it. And I'm not trying to be mean. This is just a bad ad. So again, what I do like is that you can, on an ad or different components, you can work on iterating it there. Again, this is not a HubSpot logo. Responsive search ads. Now that's interesting. This, because it's Google and it doesn't require all the visual imagery, is going to be a lot easier because it's more of a copywriting problem. And this is actually really good. I like the fact that it's not just giving me like plain text copy. It designed what it would actually look like, how it may appear in Google search. And I find that especially when you're doing these type of search ads, getting that visualization is really helpful, especially if you're early on and haven't done a lot of search advertising. And this is a very different thing because it's copy only. HubSpot Customer Agent resolves 65% of your tickets automatically, set up in minutes, not months. AI support agent that works across chat, email, WhatsApp, and voice. 39% faster resolution. No code required. Start for free. Sign me up. That's good copy. It's very much like if you match that with an intent, somebody who's actually looking for this type of agent, you're going to be really successful. And that is much better. And what's great is it's giving me different headline options to test, and it scored them, right? Winning is too many tickets, too few staff, Teams report 65% auto resolved. And so that's like a very cool iteration. And I love that it built me that in this web page so I could see it all together. And AI is really good at scoring and grading and helping you iterate. So whatever search ad headlines I picked, I would want to kind of continue to say like, hey, I want the best grade possible. Help me work and iterate through those and give it creative direction. And now it's got these Instagram ads over here. So if we want to zoom in here, this redone ad is a lot better. Not a chatbot, your AI support teammate. This is a much better message, much better copy. The data proof points are down here. The logo's still bad. This is what I'm saying. I think we could get to a really good LinkedIn ad here. It's also just like a bad image. I need to give it an image. I need to give it a copy of the HubSpot logo. I probably need to do 10 to 20 versions of this ad and rev through it before I get something really good. And this is one thing I'll tell you. There's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, you could do this so easy. It's 5 minutes. It's free. No, you're going to have to iterate on this. And even in iterating on it, you're probably going to run through a good amount of credits. To iterate on this might cost you 20, 30, 40 bucks in credits just for this ad, right? And even on economy mode, depending on how much you have to iterate on it. So you can get there. These tools are really great, especially if you don't have any design skills or anything like that. Really, really opens things up. If you're a really good designer, they might be slower than actually just ripping and doing some of this stuff in Canva. So that is where we're at and like the current state of the models and the tools. We got some cool Instagram ads here, the before and after. I like that. It's very Instagram-y. AI loves to do these weird, like post-apocalyptic illustrations. One of the things that I should have done that I would advise you all to do is give it a not do list. Like, don't do these style of illustrations. Don't use any colors that are not on the brand style guide. Like this weird blue. Like, where's this weird blue coming from? And that will help you get better first revs. And so what's my take on the new ad skill feature in Replit 4? It's a mixed bag. Is it going to get you good ads? Eventually it is, but you're going to need to iterate and work on that creative. You're not going to get the perfect outcomes one shot unless you're giving it a ton of existing sample creative to build off of and you're really continuing to iterate your prompt. What I suspect is going to happen is to get a set of ads like these 9 ads to get really good, probably going to take you a couple hours. Now, once you have them and you test them and you have some advertising data, the next batch is probably going to happen much slower. And as you know, Kira and I talk about loop marketing. As you run the loop from express to tailor to amplify to evolve, the evolve is like how you actually go and think through the creative, take the learnings and make it better the next time. It will get faster and better every time. But if you're just like, hey, I'm trying to get some ads up for this project I'm doing, expect to spend a few hours to get ads that are really, really good, that would be at the level of standard that I would want them to be. So shout out to the Replit team for innovating, for making ad creation easier and easier. I find it to be similar and in line with other tools like Superscale and Canva and Base 44 and others that do a similar thing. So I think a lot of it's going to depend on where you prefer to work and how you feel about like this Canvas feature and some of the what I'd call user experience and like subscription software features around the tools themselves. But I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment as to the ads you're building, what you're building them in, what's working, what's not working. Please hit like and subscribe. Remember that we have done everything you need to do to get ads created, and we've run that through from start to finish. We started in Claude. We built out an amazing prompt. We edited that prompt, we put that prompt in Replit, and then we showed you how to iterate on those ads in Replit to keep making them better and better till there's something that you would want to pay money to run. That was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you joining us on this episode of Marketing Against the Grain, and we'll see you next time.
This data is wrong every freaking time.
Have you heard of HubSpot? HubSpot is a CRM platform where everything is fully integrated.
Whoa, I can see the client's whole history, calls, support tickets, emails, and here's a task from 3 days ago I totally missed.
HubSpot. Grow better.